Hey guys, sorry I've been gone. I've been involved with a lot of stuff and I've been super busy lately, and so I'm back and I'm gonna make a lot more educational videos soon. So I've just been getting, there's one channel that I do like and I think it's very educational. Again, I'm gonna say, guys, when you get into black pill content, try to take something and make something positive out of it. You know, you use it like information. Do not sulk and get depressed. A lot of people enter that movement and they give up on life. A lot of people do that, and I think it's important to try to use in a healthy way. So that's what I'm going to say. But his channel is Tails Black Pill. I like his channel, TAILS Black Pill. He had a recent video that he talked about how, like, and I've actually spoken about this before in the past, where, you know, there's natural selection, there's sexual selection. I do think Tails is a little bit like, I don't agree with him on all the points, because I think the evolutionary psychologist Jeffrey Miller has a different stance as well, and he's basically, Tails says that there is sexual selection, there's natural selection. For instance, so he talks about how women have an intrinsic desire for pretty boys, right? Guys who have very good skin, hair, eyes, facial proportions. They don't have to be strong. They don't have to be, you know, big. They can be kind of scrawny and weak. But women feel a physical attraction towards those type of men, and they are not attracted to muscles. I'm going to have to disagree with that. I'm going to have to say that anything that helps, I think these things are correlated. For instance, anything that helps in survival and replication is going to be an attractive quality. So if females in reality would want all the features, they would want a masculine, strong man. He doesn't really have to be barbaric masculine, but, like, you know, competent, strong, capable, but also with beautiful features and beautiful looking. That's the ideal man. A good example of that is Henry Cavill. So I think Tails is not correct on this, and I could bring it from my own experience and a lot of guys' experience. Working out definitely has an influence on your success with women, for sure. I get the times in my life where I was most successful with women have been when I am strongest and leanest. Lean and strong is extremely important. Hold on, let me get to a quieter spot. Becoming lean and strong is probably one of the most important things when it comes to, it's the first step in looks maxing. Try to get lean and try to get strong. Of course, if you're going for very young girls, you know, like in their early teens, like teenage girls, a lot of times those girls will be liking a guy who's very feminine looking. A lot of them do. But again, when I was in my teens, when I got strong and muscular, I was automatically starting to attract a lot more women. I think just because I think, so in my opinion, women are attracted to physical qualities of strength along with beauty. But there's a limit. Here's what I've noticed. Being chubby and muscular tends to be a death sentence. That's what I've seen for most people. So being chubby and muscular seems to be, wow, some girl just smiled at me in her car. That was interesting. All right. But chubby and muscular, for some reason, it doesn't attract women. I noticed that. I don't know why. You know, it's very hard to figure out why. There's a lot of reasons why that could be the case. For instance, a peacock's feather, right? A female peacock will choose the male peacock with a more beautiful and vibrant tail, right? Bigger and more colorful tail. But also that big, colorful tail will slow that male peacock down as it tries to run away from a predator, right? So the thing is, that is a survival disadvantage, but then why would a female peacock be attracted to it? And it took a while for them to figure out that it's sexual selection, and though it doesn't create... it took them a while to figure out that actually hampers their survivability because it slows them down. So it's really difficult to figure out why women are attracted to certain features, but I think a simpler process is just to figure out what they are actually attracted to. And it seems that muscular is important, is attractive to most women, especially when they did studies on, you know, when women are ovulating, when they're most, like, in their horniest state, right, when they're ready to conceive, and, you know, and get pregnant, they are usually more attracted to masculine, alpha male looking type guys. They're not attracted as much to soft, pretty boys. But when they're not ovulating, they tend to be attracted more towards pretty boys, who are a little bit more like docile and pretty looking and not really, strong or anything like that. So something to keep in mind. I think, though, having a mix of both is probably the best way to go. Sorry. So, I've been listening to this guy who's been kind of annoying me lately. His videos are just very, very kind of aggravating to watch. His name is Alex Leon. He's on YouTube. I hope my video doesn't get removed as he makes a complaint or something. But basically, he's one of these new pickup artist guys who's trying to parade around like an authority in the field, and he's basically repackaging other people's content. He's saying the exact same thing Mystery and Neil Strauss and everyone else said before, and basically he's a guy that he's a decent looking guy, an average looking guy. He looks at Max to a level that helps him, where he's like he looks cool, so he has that. It's not always about your genetic quality, but it's also about looking cool and having status and stuff. And he kind of gives that appearance at first, right, to women. He like dresses in a particular way that could be like, this guy's interesting, right? So he does that, but he goes around, and here's the thing: his approaches seem to be okay at first, and then I notice he says something stupid like, he approaches the girl seems to be into him, and then he starts saying stuff like she gives him her number, and then he goes off and he starts being like, okay, but all I know, she's like trying to leave at that point, right? And he's like, okay, but all I know about you is that, you're an actress. Is there anything, are you cool? Do you have anything like interesting about you? And the girl is like looking at him like, what the hell type of question is that? It's like, and then he ruins it. So he is going around acting like his pickup artist stuff is actually bringing him the success, when that's not the case at all. It's just a girl who's new to the city, wanting to meet people, meets this guy who looks cool at first, and then gives the number. But he goes around afterwards acting like it's something he did, and then he goes around charging people, naive young men, for really, really low quality courses and a really low quality education. And he is making a business out of that. It is a pure scam. So I just really don't like that guy. And I watched some of his videos, and I got just very annoyed at seeing it. Anyways, stuff that has happened lately. I moved from the city. I don't live there anymore. I'm in a different area. I'm in an area where looks kind of are more important, let's say, because this is a boring area, and people, when you're here, there's a big class divide. There's people who are very rich here, and then there's people who are kind of poor here, right? Like a lot of times the people who are too poor to live in the city end up living here. And so there's definitely a class divide. So a lot of times in areas like that, you got to understand the social connections are very different. There's, how do I say, what I've noticed since I got here is that there's a lot more I guess you could say racism, like subtle racism. Like you'll see white people hang out with white people, Spanish people hang out with Spanish people, black people hang out with black people, and they don't really interconnect. And one other thing I don't like about this area is there's cars everywhere, and they're pissing me off, so I gotta go somewhere quiet. Hold on a second. Oh, there's a redhead. Okay, I'm gonna do an approach, and let's see what happens. I'm gonna keep this on speakerphone so you guys can hear. Let's see how scared this chick gets. I'm just kidding. But let me see if I can succeed with this. Alright, so I'll try to stay loud and, try to hear me out. Okay, let's see what's going down to this Jose. She's actually cute. Alright. Excuse me. Hi, do you know how to get from here to the MTA station? I'm kind of new.
The train station?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been here for like 3 weeks. Are you from here?
Yeah.
Do you recommend, what is a good area to get drinks right now? Like, I drink wine, so.
Like those bars down there. But the train station's like, just keep going straight past in like 3 minutes.
Okay, is it a distance?
Yeah.
Word.
I could put on your
Yeah,
GPS
sure.
if you want.
Yeah, sure. Here. Are you from New York?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I had a feeling you were. I used to live Upper West.
I used to live in Brooklyn.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, but then I moved here like years ago.
How do you like it here?
It's boring.
It's so boring here, bro.
Yeah.
You live in Stamford?
Yeah.
I just moved right there. I live right on 65 Prospect.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why are you going to the train station?
I'm actually not. I'm just trying to pick you up.
Wait, what?
I'm just kidding. I'm joking. I know how to get there though. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
So do you like jazz music?
Yeah.
Well, I do jazz music. When I play it, you should definitely come. You down?
Alright. Yeah, just give me a number or whatever.
Yeah. What's your name?
Rennie.
Pleasure. I'm Eddie.
Nice to meet you.
See you. Huh? All right, so I got her number. All right, so that's an example. I didn't do anything gimmicky. I didn't do anything stupid. I just walked up and I started talking. I was pretty, direct. Well, I pretend I was asking directions. You guys heard that, right? I was like asking the MTA station, and she's like trying to explain to me where, and she's like, and then she asked me if I'm actually going to the MTA station. I'm like, no, I'm just trying to pick you up. That was funny. All right, and she was laughing about that. So that's something interesting. Let me get to a quieter area where I can actually communicate here. So I'm a guy who actually can get girls, but is also black-pilled, and I used to be a guy who could not get girls, right? And I guess it took a lot of learning to get to this stage. The biggest thing I did was looks max. I kid you not. Nothing else really had much of an influence. Guys, I found the best way to lose fat and look better if you are trying to looks max. This advice is worth this entire video. Try going on a carnivore diet. Do pure carnivore, and then for added effect, do lower calorie carnivore. You'll probably naturally do lower calorie because carnivore is so nutrient dense. You won't want much food after that. But the best way I found to lose fat is so you hear a lot of people that say go keto, don't worry about calories. Do low calorie, don't worry about carbs. There's people with many different perspectives. They're saying make sure you have a lot of vegetables in your diet, this and that, all this nonsense. And so I took the best of of most advices. I took the best out of it. And I figured out carnivore, the food is meat. Animal products are the most nutrient-dense foods in the world. The most nutrient-dense food on the planet is beef liver. If you look at hunter-gatherer tribes, the primary food that they eat is meat. And we come from hunter-gatherer tribes. Our history, going back hundreds of thousands of years, is tribal people. We would go and we'd hunt animals, and bring them back to our camp. We'd cook them, and a lot of times we'd eat them raw. So we're meat eaters, and you could tell that by we tend to perform our best in athletics when we have a diet heavy in animal protein, and so I'm just gonna leave it at that. I think for you guys trying to lose fat, and gain muscle even, and get healthy and look good, definitely try carnivore with low calorie, carnivore. So pretty much what I'm saying is all I pretty much eat is steak or ground beef. Ground beef is a cheaper and it's just as good as an alternative. Steak, ground beef, or with eggs. And sometimes I do liver. I eat some all different sorts of animal parts because they have different nutrients, right? So that's very important. Have kidney, have liver, or you could get the capsules. You could get the liver capsules, which is also pretty good. But definitely do that. I highly recommend to give that a shot. And try to, try to do also high intensity training. If you don't know what that is, look up Doug McGuff, look up Jay Vincent. They teach it. High intensity training. Also Drew Bay. These people are high intensity training specialists, and they really know what they're talking about when it comes to fitness. One of the best ways to lose fat is to get muscular, and one of the best ways to get muscular is high intensity training. And so you're getting a lot of benefit from this program. I've been doing many programs, man. I'm one of the people who loses weight. It's very difficult for me to lose fat. So now I have now I've figured out the path to doing it, and I'm actually feeling and looking a lot better than before. And also one other thing, guys, for your face, to improve your skin and your hair even, try derma rolling. Try to get a derma pen. You can get a roller too, but I think derma pen is a lot better and faster and safer. You get a derma pen on Amazon, but you should try doing that on your face, on your wrinkles. You want to do collagen production. Also, on the carnivore diet, for good collagen supply, make sure you get yourself some broth. I go to Trader Joe's or Whole Foods and I pick up some bone broth every time I go. I get either beef or chicken broth. And that is very important. So try carnivore. Make sure you get your broth in. Make sure you do a lot of animal protein. Make sure you stay away from all the poisonous things. When you get meat, don't get meat added with things. All you do is meat and salt. That's it. Not even pepper. If you want to do it strict, I do it strict because I want the best results. So meat and pepper. The reason pepper is not good is because it's a seed of a plant and it has what they call lectins, anti-nutrients, and oxalates. These things are behind a lot of autoimmune conditions in humans. So it's not particularly good for you. And on top of that, spicy food, for instance, like cayenne and all these things, they've been reported to cause problems with your digestion and your intestines. And on top of that, as a result, it affects your skin. So a lot of times your gut is the health of your gut reflects in the look of your skin. So if you want to have nice skin, make sure you have a good gut. Therefore, staying very pure with your diet and not eating anything that causes issues. I think when you're young, it's hard to see these things, but as you get older, it's a lot more obvious. Like I notice when I'm not eating right, I can see it on my skin. I can see it everywhere. And when I'm eating right, I could see it as well, and I feel a lot better. So anyways, like I said, best way to looks max is to health max. Another thing you could do is definitely, you guys should try to get a Discord. And you could actually, a way to looks max, I think because it's the number one thing to focus on when it comes to dating. For some of you guys are actually decent looking, I'm sure. What you got to do, oh crap, there's some retards over here. Sorry. There's just loud cars over here. They're trying, this is what's annoying me. This is the type of place where like, you get these like, these idiotic people who like drive these like ghetto cars, but they like pump it up with like all these like, I don't know what they're doing with their car, but they're super loud and they're trying to be cool with their loud car and with their loud engine. They think that's going to attract girls. Like I go to New York sometimes and I see these guys driving these like really like weird looking cars, and I look at them and they're like fat and they're like unattractive dudes, and they're always alone in the car. There's never a girl with them in the car. Only time I see a girl with a guy in a car that has a nice car is if the guy is decent looking. that's he has to be at least decent. If he's a fat like unattractive dude, it's not going to work. I see them all the time. They're driving alone and they're thinking like morons that their loud car is going to look cool to women and going to attract attention to them. Anyways, I forgot what I was going to say, but I'm going to come out with some better videos soon. I'm going to do some research and reading and really try to educate myself before I do the next one. And I'll try to bring as much value to you guys as I can. What I was going to say was definitely go get a Discord. You guys should get a Discord, and you guys should try to you could even ask other people, on LooksMax Discords to help give a rating. What I'd say is be careful of those Discords because there's a lot of weird people on these type of Discords. There's a lot of weird people. I've heard death threats. I've heard people sending over like very weird images of like, things you just don't want to see. But yeah, there's a lot of weird people on these things. So just be brief. Don't really get too involved in the culture. Just get perspectives. Talk to people who are kind of in the know about looks maxing and be like, what do you think I should do? This is how I look. Where can I looks max? You could even message me if you send me a DM. I could maybe send you my Discord and we could communicate and I could tell you my perspective, what you should do. I'm going to try to open a public Discord like that. I have a private gaming one, but I don't use it for anything else. Anyways, thank you guys. I hope everything's working out. And if you guys have any questions, I'll try to answer them in the comments nowadays. So like, if you guys have any questions for a guy who is in his 30s, who has been involved with the game since he was 16. My friend was a pickup artist instructor. Not really. He was being instructed, and I was involved with that world, and I was involved with trying to understand women and try to become good with women, because women were my biggest aspiration when I was younger, you know? So if you guys want to ask any questions, I'll try to give my most educated opinion. I also have a background in evolutionary psychology, and I know quite a bit about, I'm pretty scientific with stuff, so I'll try to answer the best I can. All right, guys. Thank you. Goodbye. I'll make more videos. This was just, touching base with you guys after I've been gone for a while. All right. Bye.